What happens when a South Korean woman crash lands into North Korea? This is the story of Yoon Seri in the Korean drama Crash Landing on You, directed by Lee Jong-yo and written by Park Ji-eun. Yoon Seri is a wealthy businesswoman in South Korea, which is a thriving country with a success in raising living standards based on the living standards in South Korea. One day, while paragliding in South Korea, she was accidentally blown off by a tornado and ended up in North Korea, which is one of the most repressive countries in the world with limited access to nearly everything, as claimed by Human Rights Watch. Given that Yoon Seri has always been living such a privileged life, having no choice but to live in North Korea made her experience culture shock. By exploring Yoon Seri's experiences in North Korea, this analysis demonstrates how individuals can undergo through the different stages of culture shock in a new cultural environment. To start with, there are 4 stages of culture shock according to Participate Learning, which are honeymoon, frustration, adjustment, and acceptance stage. Yoon Seri was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, and that is her ascribed status. However, despite the wealth and power she has in South Korea, it makes no difference in North Korea since no one knows about her identity. The first stage of culture shock is called the honeymoon stage, where an individual seems to be hopeful about their ability to adapt to new ways of life in accordance with Participate Learning. Yoon Seri has shown willingness to adapt when she wanted to take a warm bath by practicing conformity. If in South Korea she can instantly take a warm bath in a soaking tub with heater, in North Korea, she has to do it manually by fetching a pail of hot water, transferring to the basin, and setting up a bath bag with clothespins. As time went on, Yoon Seri experienced the second stage of culture shock when a sudden power outage at night occurred. As stated in Culture Shock Part 1, longing to return to family and friends back home is common during the frustration stage. The blackout may seem like a minor inconvenience, yet it triggered Yoon Seri to have an emotional outburst, with her homesickness clearly contributing to her uncontrollable emotions. Eventually, Yoon Seri has become more familiar with the local way of life, food, and customs of North Korean people around her, indicating that she is going through the adjustment stage as per culture shock stages. Picky Princess is what they call her in South Korea because she typically only had 3 bites for every meal. However, she begins to question her true self due to her disbelief of having more than 3 bites when eating rice crust and sugar, adding to the fact that it has not been made by a Michelin star chef. Later on, Yoon Seri has finally reached the acceptance stage of culture shock, a stage in which one feels more at home in reference to survive and thrive. With this being said, she has become well adjusted to the new cultural context by undergoing resocialization. Some of the changes that she has made to assimilate include having dried palak as a side dish for beer, having a standard female hairstyle, and wearing a conservative fashion style. Yoon Seri's overall reaction to the experience has been an emotional roller coaster. Looking through the lens of sociological imagination, she has gone through the different stages of culture shock as expectations from her home culture no longer apply in the new environment. They were culturally relativistic rather than ethnocentric because she has strived to understand and fit into the unfamiliar social world she is in without any judgment, and I believe she did so to allow herself to foster tolerance of the daily life situations through a new cultural lens and gain a sense of belonging. Therefore, this indicates that culture shock is a reflection of broader social structures and not just a personal phenomenon. Ultimately, Yoon Seri's experiences in North Korea explain how a person experiences initial disorientation and progress towards adaptation in an unfamiliar culture and social world due to culture shock. One needs to understand that culture shock is a normal experience when traveling or moving to new places, encountering unusual situations, or meeting people from different cultural backgrounds. With this in mind, it likely includes challenges in communication, social interaction, and daily life adjustments. On the flip side, experiencing culture shock can be a valuable opportunity to learn about a new culture and gain a better understanding of diverse perspectives.